that are a little bit better than you maybe thought you could do. And in that particular case where ST.Squirtle, I'm sure, was so confident. I mean, he killed so many units coming down that ramp before HyuN was in position, but just the patience to wait until until HyuN got the best concave possible for that, and then the neural parasite on the mothership was just the absolute perfect engagement, and that's the only way he would have been able to win that game, with a perfect engagement. And you know, to go a little bit farther back in that game, while we watch this one get started on Tal'Darim Altar, he played the later part of that game very, very well, too. He took the right risks in that he stopped making offensive units for a little while, saved up to get a very large amount of Broodlords because he knew that the only way he was really going to be able to win on even bases like that was in a big late-game army versus army situation. And for Zerg to win that, you need a big amount of Broodlords. So he took the appropriate risks that led him to be able to even compete at all in that last fight. So just all in all, a great game from TSL.HyuN. And man, if he does end up taking this series here, he totally deserves it.
That was just remarkable. I mean, just the perfect time. If he had neural the mothership just a little bit before that, a little bit after that, it wouldn't have mattered.
Great.
He's dead, 100% dead.
Yep.
But he just had it completely under control. As we can see, though, ST.Squirtle's going to get a pretty good read on what HyuN's doing. HyuN, of course, going for a Speedling build to probably expand out of that. But, you know, ST.Squirtle, he's saving up for his expansion. He's got enough for Nexus. Okay, it's just coming down a little bit later. The probe was pretty far away.
Yep, that's right. Zergling's already on the way here for HyuN. He does have gas very early, so you know what? We have got a very different build coming out of our Zerg player this time around. He is just getting Zergling speed really quick. And I mean, back in the day, Speedling expands were the most common thing in the world versus Protoss. So this could just be a throwback to an earlier type of build. May not necessarily be anything too wonky.
But he does still have one on gas, which means we could see that Roach Warren here in a bit and decide to do something incredibly aggressive. He has a lot of opportunities. He is going to expand for now, and we'll see what he ends up moving into after that. ST.Squirtle, on the other hand, pretty predictable stuff. Photon Cannon up at the front, Gateway coming down, and of course we'll see that Cybernetics core very soon. Yeah,
in the later stages of the Speedling expand and ZVP, more and more Zerg players started leaving a drone on gas rather than taking all three off, because one drone isn't going to make much of a difference mining-wise, and if you get your lair that much sooner, you just have more options earlier in the game. So a lot of Zerg players will just leave a drone on there. It looks like a full complete wall-off from ST.Squirtle. And HyuN, one of the things that you see all the time on this map is actually a Nidus all-in. It's not going to be that this time because we've got a Roach Warren on the way, but it's going to be something ST.Squirtle's worrying about. He's really trying to get in there and see what's going on, but he can't, man. I mean, HyuN's got his base locked down pretty tight right now.
All right. Well, HyuN does have that Roach Warren just about finished up. It's about 99% of the way there, and we'll see what he ends up making. Oh, he does have quite a few larvae available.
That's a second cannon on the way and a third cannon on the way for ST.Squirtle as well, so he's going to be about as well defended for this or by this as you possibly can hope to be. But the question is he going to have any sentries out? Unfortunately, with the way he's made his cannons, he can't actually get a sentry into his base by making it out of his gateway.
You're right.
And that could end up being a bit of a problem. Yeah, he's adding a Stargate on, so he's going to rely on Void Rays for the defense. He's making a sentry. He's going to move it as close to that pylon as he can, but yeah, a little bit of a mistake there in terms of cannon positioning by ST.Squirtle, and
that's
here comes
a pretty big mistake. So HyuN actually may be able to punish this. Yeah, I mean, well, it is Tal'Darim Altar, so
yeah, a little bit. Very old school map, very old school build. We've got a Speedling Roach all-in coming from TSL.HyuN. This is a build that's crushed many a Protoss player across the world.
This is ST.Squirtle we're looking at, though, and this guy is good. Well, minus that mistake. So we'll see. Yes.
I like the enunciation.
This is guys.
Here we go. And will it be enough? No force fields at all, except for that one, which doesn't really do anything.
That's right. And the first photon cannon's going to go down. We'll see if we can get the second and third ones here in just a second. Starting to go through the Cybernetics core as well.
ST.Squirtle's in trouble here. Second cannon.
He's trying to make a Stargate right now, but is that going to be enough?
Well, he's got the Void Ray on the way, but no sentries to force field this off. The Cyber Core goes down.
Oh, my God.
Oh, man, he's going to lose a ton of probes. He sees the Stargate. The last cannon goes down. More Zerglings on the way.
This is devastating. And he depowers the Warp Gate, the Stargate, just before the Void Ray comes up.
GG.
There's GG. HyuN is knocked out. ST.Squirtle, he takes home $800.